Okay, Lanteria Learning Management Solution is based on top of SharePoint. It is available for SharePoint 2010 or 2013, and it can be deployed either on top of a SharePoint server of the customer, or it can be used as a cloud application. So over here you can see the whole number of Lanteria's modules, but if we are talking only about the learning management system, we will be looking at Core HR and Learning Management module. So this means that the customer can only take these two modules without a need to take anything else. So the dashboard that will also be available, it will show the information related to these two modules. So we will be talking about the documents overview and HR help desk as well. So the HR help desk is a tool that basically allows the communication between the employees and the managers. So if I am an employee, I will be able to ask any question. I create my request like this, and I can give it a name. Let's just call it new request. We can give it a description, and we can select its category. If you look over here, this drop-down menu can be reached with many more categories, so we can have as many different as we need, and each of the categories, it can be connected to special manager who will receive my question. So when I save my ticket, it will send a notification to the manager who will be able to respond to me. The first module that is inside of the learning management system is Core HR. Here we store the employees, the company structure, jobs and positions, documents, and manage the processes. So if we briefly take a look, we can see that all the people inside of this system can be stored in such list. We can use a filter to see some specific part of the company, like some office or location, and everybody in the system will have a personal card. Of course, if we are only talking about the learning management part of the system, this card will be having the learning parts only. So as you can see over here, we will be able to see some overall information about this person, and we will be able to see learning. That's if we are talking about the learning management system only. So development plan, grade books, development needs, and so on, it all can be seen for this person. Also, we can manage the structure of the company if we go to organizational units. So all the departments that we have, they will be easily stored inside of the system. Like this, it can be done. It is also possible to see some specific part of the company in some country or maybe in some location and so on. It is easy to store the jobs and positions as well in the system, all the documents related to the company and to the employees, and we can manage the HR processes as well. This is a basic feature where we will be able to create any workflows. For example, we need to have a specific process to employ somebody, to terminate somebody, to change somebody's position, and so on. All these workflows can be easily created under the process templates over here. So we can create templates for any process that may exist in the company. It will look like this, and it is easy to create the steps or actions inside of the processes like this, using this button. Okay. This was pretty much it about the first module, and now the most important part, the learning management system. under the learning management module, we will be able to store different learning materials, some SCORM packages, pictures, Excel files, PDFs, and so on. And we will be able to collect these materials under the learning catalog, where we can create a storage of courses that the employees pass and improve their knowledge. So let's take a look at the learning catalog. So under the learning catalog, all the SCORM packages, pictures, videos, and so on, they will be stored by category, by job role, or by competency that they develop. Let's open any of the materials and take a look. So now I can see it as an HR manager. From here I can schedule a training activity. I can assign many people to this training activity so that they will be invited to participate. And if I am an employee, I can have only one option. It is called send request. So I will be able to request an access to such learning material as an employee. Okay, besides all this, it is possible to manage to collect different learning materials into curriculums, or in other words, these are learning plans. Let's open any of the curriculums. So as we can see here, we have collected 3 different courses into one curricula, and these curriculums can be also assigned to employees, and this will mean that the employee needs to pass all these activities. Now we are going to the self-service of the employee to see how the employee can manage personal learning. So in my self-service, I go to my learning, my development plan. Okay. Under my personal development plan, I can see the list of activities that either have been mandatory for me according to my job role, or maybe assigned to me by my manager, or maybe I have got an access to these materials or trainings after I send a request for them. So I will be able to launch or cancel any of the activities. If we are talking about the results of such activities, we can go to My Learning again, My Gradebook. There, the system stores the whole results of the trainings for the employees. Okay, here we go. So the system shows the basic information about the certification of myself, and then we can see the results. So when the manager creates the training, it is possible to state how it will be, how the results will be rated. Just passed or failed, maybe passed with some exact result, and so on. Maybe the time spent for this training, and so on and so forth. Also, the system, based on those training activities that have been done, will be able to analyze how my knowledge has been developed, and if in some areas I'm lacking knowledge, my manager will be able to take corresponding training activities. For example, in my case, I need to improve operations and maintenance and quality focus. My manager will be able to find trainings that improve these competencies and skills and assign them to me. So I will have to improve my results. Okay, let's go back to the HR manager. So besides all the training activities that happen inside of the company, we can also schedule external training activities. This is also allowed. In order to check how the knowledge of the employees has been developed, we can go to quizzes. These are simple tests that allow the management to analyze the knowledge of the employees. So when the quiz is being published, it sends an invitation to each and every employee in the system. That employee enters this quiz, and this is the example of what the employee can see. So I can answer the questions. I'm just not looking at the answers. This is for example. We can have the selection as we have already seen it, like this. Or it is possible to have a free type text like this. If the system already has a correct answer, which is possible to do, it will be able to check the results automatically. So let's finally answer this test and see what are the results. So I have answered the questions and I will be able to finally complete the quiz. As you can see, the system, because it already had answers to the questions, it was able to automatically collect my results. And my results happen to be not very good. So based on this, my manager will be able to assign new trainings to me. Besides all this, we will be able to have the schedule of training activities. It will look like quite a standard calendar. It may look like this from up to down list, or we can open a standard calendar like this. All the trainings that we schedule, they will be available in these white windows, and they will be sending reminders to those people who are involved, to the trainer and to the trainees or people who will be trained. Besides this, the HR manager can see the whole training requests that come from employees. For example, the employee has requested a training to an access to some training or some maybe course or something else, and the HR manager will be notified about such request. Also, the direct manager of this employee will be notified as well. So if we go to the manager's self-service, my team learning, we have training requests. So as a manager, I should see all the requests here. Not really sure if my manager, no requests at this time, but still all the requests will be seen here. Okay, let's go back to the HR manager. Besides all this, we will be able to store the templates of the certificates for our employees. This means that we will be able to state if we want the system to automatically send the certificates to people who have passed the trainings. And we can generate the reports. Inside of the system, there are two kinds of reports. One is out-of-the-box reports. They can be generated at any time. And let's take a look at any of the reports to see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we go. The report about the completed activities, active, overviewed, past, and failed activities for each and every employee, with the scores, training hours spent, certificates received, and so on. And also it is possible to generate another type of report. It is being done with Report Center, and these are the customizable reports. So basically, the main principle of this solution is that the HR manager is able to build the custom reports. For this, let's call it a new report. The manager will be able to select the exact SharePoint lists that need to be combined into one report. Of course, right now we can see the whole list of the system just because I have opened the whole system. But if we are only having the learning management system, we should be seeing only the information related to learning. You can see this part over here. So the manager easily combines these lists into one report and generate a new customized report. As I said, in the system there are self-services for the HR manager, for the manager of the department, where this person can manage all the training for his subordinates. You can see it over here. And also there is an employee self-service that allows the employee to manage their learning as well. Their development plan, gradebook, we can see their development needs, and so on. Besides all this, there is another role in the system that currently is deactivated on my site, but it is called the training manager. Let's go and find it. Training manager, you can see it over here. So if we want, it is possible to activate this, and there will be an additional role in the system that will be only dedicated to managing the learning processes. So it is possible to manage the learning with help of one main manager. If we want to upload any data, for example, some historical data, some learning details, and so on, if, for example, the customer currently has this information in some database or Excel spreadsheets, it is possible to download it or upload it into the system using the Excel lists. So we just download the template in Excel, copy and paste the information, and then add it back to the system. In case the customer currently is using some database or HR solution, it is quite easy to integrate with that solution. For example, if the customer only needs the learning module and currently they already have some solution for employee database, it is possible to integrate with that solution. Okay, now just a second, please.